So I am a physics teacher, and I have been in professional development all day. Um,
How's that working for you?
oh God, I really do not feel like standing here and just talking to you. So what we're going to do is something a little different. We're going to have a participatory story in these little 5 minutes I got here. Okay, we're going to tell this story together. So I have written a small choose your own adventure that I actually wrote for my students as we were talking about flow charts and we were talking about programming. And I found a way to take my love of literature, my love of computer programming, my love of science fiction and horror and just sound like that. And we had a nice story. Okay, so this one is called Zombie School, or How the Zombie Apocalypse Teaches Math and Science. All right, I hate Mondays. A student yells your name. I'm sorry, please open your books to the chapter on neurology. As a handful of students groan, you drink your coffee and try and shake yourself awake. You stayed up all night watching the news. There was some kind of outbreak and it was spreading at record speeds. You couldn't stop watching, and before you knew it, your alarm was going off. You showered, dressed, grabbed your lunch, cell phone, and keys and ran out the door. The traffic was horrible. You kept dozing off behind the wheel. When you actually got to the school, you found half the staff and students had decided to stay home. Great, I'm the only idiot that showed up. As the sixth grader drones through the part about the motor cortex controlling movement, you start to reflect on what you saw last night. A fast-spreading sickness, hospitals overrun, rumors of violence, even cannibalism. You know what this is, but you don't want to say. Wake up! You've dozed off again. Finish reading this chapter. I'll be right back. You get up and walk into the hallway to get some water. As you walk, you see someone in the hallway. You don't recognize the silhouette. Okay, are you ready? You got 3 choices, all right? I'm not going to take counts because I only got a little bit of time. All right, so you just put up your hands and we're going to do like a qualitative thing. All right, ready? So should you call out to them? Should you turn around and report the stranger to the office? Or should you ignore them and go wake yourself up? Who wants to call out? All right, who wants to turn around and report the stranger to the office? All right, no snitching. All right. Should you ignore them and go? Should you ignore them and just go wake yourself up? All right, we're going to go ahead and call out to them. All right. Excuse me. The figure turns around but does not answer. You decide to puff out your chest and put on your tough guy voice. Hey, you! What are you doing here? You bark as you stride toward the stranger. It's not until you have your hand on his shoulder do you see the face and smell the smell. But it's too late. The zombie grabs your arm and bites you. You fall back in shock, curling your arm as it gushes blood. Even as you see the zombie dive on top of you, you know that it's over. You'll either be eaten alive or you become a zombie too. All right, so you guys want to try something different? Like, were you guys like me? Would you put your finger in there at the part where you made the decision just to go ahead and try to pick a different decision? Okay, so let's go ahead and let's try that, okay? All right, so. All right, okay, I'm right. It's not a book, it's a PDF. All right, so do you guys want to go back to the office, or do you want to try and just go wake yourself up? Just ignore it and just go wake yourself up. So you want to go to the office? Go to the office, okay? Or do you just want to ignore them and go wake yourself up? All right, we're going to ignore it and just go wake ourselves up. All right, here we go. It's not my job to be the security guard, you say to yourself, and you go get some water. When you come back down the hallway, the stranger is gone. See, you say to yourself, worked itself out. The next, by the way, this is a horrible teacher. This is not the teacher you want in your school. All right. The next minute you hear screams coming from the kindergarten. Something is wrong. Do you go back to your room and check on your students, or do you go help out the kindergarten? So if you want to go back to your room, raise your hand. All right. Do you want to go help out the kindergartners? You people have souls. God bless you. All right, so you run, Okay, you run into the room. The kids are hiding behind Miss Bach. The stranger you saw in the hallways between you and the students. The stranger you can see and smell is a zombie. The zombie shambles towards the students with his hands out. His screams are deafening. Now Miss Bach is tough, well-built Army vet, but she can't fight because every time she tries to move to stop the zombie, 15 frightened kids pull on her pants leg. It's up to you. You pick up a Diego doll and throw it at the zombie to get his attention away from the kids. "Al rescate!" Diego yells as he sails through the air and hits the zombie in the head. The zombie turns to you. Now what? Planning has never been your strength. The zombie comes towards you. You need a weapon. Unfortunately, the last 20 years of child safety craze have totally left this room free of anything that could be even a little dangerous. You would have even settled for some chips or of lead paint. Give the zombie an underdeveloped brain that would eventually focus. Zombie. Okay, all right. So you dash for one of the kids' pencils cups and find one of those huge yellow pencils they give kids when they're learning to write. You hold the pencil in one hand and charge. You put your arm up to jam the zombie's neck against the backboard with one arm and jam the pencil into his eye with the other. The plan goes off almost perfectly, and a second later, the zombie is dead. A number 2 pencil through the brain. Only one problem. Instead of jamming your arm into the zombie's neck, you jammed it into its jaws. There's a nasty bite mark on your arm, and you know that it's too late. Even as the class cheers you, you already feel yourself getting weak and feeling funny. You run out of the room and down into the basement. You find a closet and lock yourself in. You are pretty sure that you will not be able to get back out to hurt anyone. Zombies are really bad with doorknobs. The end.